Welcome. My name is Zachary Higgins, and today I'm going to be talking about what it takes to be a physical therapist. Physical therapy is a process dealing with rehabilitation and pain management. So, physical therapy doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're working to be 100%. That might not be a possibility. Let's say you have a hip problem in your later years that won't you simply can't get back to the 100% mark that you were when you were a little bit younger. So what a physical therapist can do for you is help you do exercises and different sorts of stretches and help manage the pain and help you live with the limitations from a day-to-day basis. Physical therapy is something that's always going to be needed to a certain degree. There are definitely machines and practices that are going to come about, especially as technology furthers itself, that humans won't be needed so much for, but maybe the operation of these machines or the operation of these processes will be need to be assisted by a human. When jumping into the career, experience is going to be very key. It's going to be important that you have past experiences on dealing with patients and different sorts of patients before you jump into the deep end and you get a couple patients that you have to juggle throughout the week, and maybe you have two kids that are 18, 19 who are high level athletes who want to push themselves and really go along with the program that you've set up and the plan that you've set up, and then they're really invested. But then maybe later on in the week you have some older folks who can't quite deal with the stress or don't necessarily want to deal with the stress of the plan or the program that you set up for them. So, experience with different sorts of patients and different sorts of people is very important when jumping into the field, and having experience of dealing with different people in these situations is very important when jumping into the career. As far as classes and prerequisites go for your major, you can expect a lot of anatomy, a lot of physiology, a lot of sciences, chemistry. You have to be able to talk about, doses and prescribe certain. You don't necessarily give prescriptions, but you can give recommendations for your patient to then talk to your doctor about different pain medications and different supplements that you can take or you shouldn't be taking, things of that nature. So you definitely have to know your stuff when it comes to chemistry and anatomy and physiology and kinesiology. Now, obviously, there's some sort of unspoken things that it takes to be a physical therapist. Not necessarily unspoken, but things that it takes more than just schooling and more than just experience. There's things personality-wise that you need to be able to have, some character traits that you need to be able to have when it comes to being a physical therapist. And one of the main things would be patience. You're not always going to deal with the same sort of patients. Some are going to be older, some are going to be younger, some are going to be more driven, some aren't going to have the same sort of drive to get back to 100%. Some people are going to know that they can't be 100% and they won't have the drive to push themselves to be the best that they can, because they know that maybe their outlook or their picture in their head of what they want to be isn't achievable. But when it comes to the whole process, patience is really key, because these things take time. The body can only heal so fast. Sure, people are always going to get hurt. People are always going to have surgeries. People are always going to have something that they need to rehabilitate or something that they need to work on. Nobody's perfect. Nobody will ever be perfect. So as we move forward, the process might become easier, but there will always be a need for a physical therapist. So if you're looking to go into the physical therapy field, you can expect that your job security will be there and you will be needed. Again, I've been Zachary Higgins. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully now you have a little bit more of an understanding of what it takes to be a physical therapist.